Hi, my name is Maddie Stevens. This weekend I attended the Celebration of Excellence event at OWU. I had a lot of fun. I got to visit a psychology class. I talked with lots of students. I attended a student panel, which was very helpful. I got to shake President Rock Jones' hand, which is special. And so this is my form of competition, my submission. And what I wanted to talk about is kind of what I'll be bringing to OWU's campus and why I'm a valuable investment for you guys. So a huge part of my life is that I'm a dancer. I've been dancing since age 5. When I was in kindergarten, I started out with the basics, ballet and tap. And since then I've kind of built up my repertoire. I started taking jazz classes and I started taking hip-hop classes. And then I joined the competition team, the dance company at my studio, which was a really big deal. It's a very elite group of dancers you have to try out to make the team. And then every year we travel to various competitions and we compete with lots of other studios, and we get to take class from extraordinary choreographers and dancers, people you see on TV, people who are dancing on tours with famous people, and it's a lot of fun. So that's just a huge part of my life, and so I think that that love of dance is something that I could bring to OWU. I know that the theater program there is kind of a big deal on campus, and also the choral department I know is huge. My grandfather and my great aunt and my cousin, just some of the few people in my family who went to OWU, were a part of that choral program and a part of that theater program. And I know that they loved it, and I know that there is some sort of dance program there, but I know that it's a little bit lacking. And I think that I could really just like bring my love of dance to OWU, and I could kind of show people, you know, what dance is all about, and that it's not about all the kicks and the turns and like all the flashy things, but that there's really a lot more to it, all the hard work and determination that goes into dance. And I think that this could really help to bring awareness about, like I said, what about dance is special, in that it'll make students want to get involved in dance. And I hope that maybe I can even, you know, get involved in the dance program and help and personally help to improve it. Maybe, I don't know, teach classes, or invite teachers to teach classes, maybe host some sort of events or fundraisers. I think that would definitely be a great thing to bring to campus. Since there's already so much going on, why not bring another thing for students to get involved with? And you know, when I come to campus, I hope that other people bring these sorts of loves that they have, these special talents, where I can get involved, and that someone else will do something similar to what I want to do, and you know, that I can really learn from their accomplishments and from what they love to do as well. You know, I remember just on Sunday at the you know, at the dinner we had for the event, they said, if you're interested in science, raise your hand. If you're interested in the arts, raise your hand. If you're interested in athletics, raise your hand. And there was just a whole array of things that people were interested in. And I think that it's really a great group of people, and that will really be able to kind of build off of each other, and that'll be like this symbiotic relationship where I'll bring something to the table, and in return they'll bring something to the table for me, and we'll just kind of like thrive off of each other, and it'll be just like this great community where it's just all these people who are so enthusiastic about learning new things. And you know, that's one of the things that I'm really excited about for college, is, you know, to just have all these new experiences and to learn all these new things that I think is really a part of the college experience. I remember this weekend I sat in on a student panel, and we got to ask them questions and hear other questions and hear them answer them. And one person said, you know, you should take a class that you never would have seen yourself taking, and the other students on the panel were like, oh yeah, that's like a great idea. So I think that that would just be a really great idea. You know, I remember my cousin Sarah Whips, she took this astronomy class where they got to sit outside at night and just kind of learn there, and I think that's just like an awesome thing that would be fun to take, and that's something that I never would have seen myself taking, but I think that sounds really interesting. And you know, there's so many clubs and activities that OWU offers its students. I think those are all like, I don't know, I think I heard something about ultimate frisbee, which would sound fun. I don't know if there's a Quidditch team there. I know that's a popular thing at colleges nowadays in the Harry Potter craze. But I think that just all the clubs and activities, I'm just so excited to get involved and to be that student on campus that when other high schoolers come to visit and say, oh, so what do you do? And for me to list off all these great things that I do, I think would be something so special and so unique to the OWU experience. And so again, I just can't wait to like indulge myself in this culture, and you know, maybe people will see how happy it makes me, and then they'll kind of feel like, oh, I should try some new things too. If she can do it, then I can do it, you know. She's just another freshman. I'm not just another freshman, but and so I just think that we could, again, like I mentioned before, just have this great like symbiotic relationship where we kind of thrive off of each other. So, you know, in the economy, times have been tough. And just on a little side note, my dad recently lost his job, and it was an irreplaceable job, and it's been really difficult on our family to try and find a college that has the programs that I'm looking for and also the price that we're looking for. And OWU definitely has programs that I'm looking for. You know, they have a great business department, the economics department. They've got the economic fellows program that I learned about, and I'm hearing about all these new majors that they're bringing to the school. And I think that when you look over all of these, you need to say, well, which student is going to be a worthwhile investment? And as I stated before, I've been dancing since I was 5, and with some of the girls that I've danced with, they, you know, they came out of the womb like grooving, like they just had the beat like in their bones and in their blood. And I've always loved to dance, but it hasn't always come so naturally to me. So I've had to, we've all, I mean, everyone who's a dancer works really hard, but we've all had to work hard. And I think that I, on some level, have had to work harder than others to kind of make this, to make dancing more come naturally to me, and kind of to force it to be, you know, force it, and then it becomes muscle memory, and it's not so forced anymore. But at first, that's how it has to be, or how it had to be. And so, you know, over the course of time, I've kind of grown up to be at the same level as those girls who started off, you know, it just came so naturally to them. So I think that really demonstrates the kind of work ethic and mindset that I have, where, you know, you have to be persistent, and you have to be consistent. Those are nice little rhyming words. And then ultimately you'll just be successful if you tell yourself, you know, there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to be at the level of these girls. You know, if I work hard and if I do all the right things, then, I mean, you'll be there, and I'm living proof of that. And, you know, I just have enjoyed dance so much, and it's such a great thing to be involved in. And once, you know, it's just the best thing ever. And so another thing with OWU that I find really special, to me at least, is that I am about number 6 or 7 in my family who would be attending OWU. My grandfather, Edward Whips, attended. He tells me about it all the time, his great times at OWU. His wife and my mom's mom, Willow Whips, sorry, also attended OWU. They met there. And then my great aunt, Carolyn Whips, she attended OWU. She had a great time there. My uncle, Rudyard Whips, went to OWU. He loved it, of course. And then recently, my 2 older cousins, Adele and Sarah, they're both sisters, Adele and Sarah Whips, went to OWU. Sarah just graduated last year, so she's a recent alum. And they just all loved OWU. You know, my grandfather, since the day I can remember, has been telling me, you know, about the Delts. He was in the fraternity there, and, you know, even when he brought me to visit last year, he showed me the Delt house as if I would be living there, which I won't be, because I won't be in a fraternity. But he just has such a strong passion for OWU and the opportunities that it gives its students. You know, my grandma isn't living anymore, but my mom tells me about how much she loved it too. My Aunt Carolyn, she was in the choral department as well as my grandfather, and she's still involved in singing. I mean, she has CDs, she sings, she helps kids in our church sing. I mean, it's still a huge part of her life, and I have no doubt that OWU had a main part in that. My Uncle Rudd, he had a great time at OWU. He's a dentist now, he's very successful, and he just loves what he does. And my cousin Adele, she's an English major, or she was an English major, and she's had various jobs doing like copy writing letters for various companies and things like that, and she had just had a great time at OWU. You know, she went there without a doubt in her mind that it was the place for her. And same with her younger sister, my cousin Sarah Whips. She went there, and she, for as long as I can remember, has been interested in education and loved the education department there, and is now a teacher, and she just loves that. And so in my family, OWU has just been this like great legacy and great tradition, and they've all just had such great experiences, and without a doubt it has made them the person that they are today. And you know, without going to OWU, they might not be those people. And so in my family, we've kind of had this everlasting love of OWU, of Ohio Wesleyan, and it's at my studio. It's a special, like, coveted thing when you're a senior in your high school year to have like a solo that you get to compete. Like, no one else gets them except for seniors. So this year my solo was to this song Everlasting Love by Natalie Cole, and so I have the video attached here of me competing at one of my dance competitions. I think it was about a month ago. It was February like 2nd or 1st or something like that, in Pittsburgh, and I hope that you watch it and that you can kind of see my love for dance in it, and that you can see that that kind of spirit and love for dance will translate. I'll show that to many other people, like many other students, maybe even teachers if they're interested, at OWU, and that kind of everlasting love for OWU will, you know, I'm so excited to like start new things and make new friends, learn new things, and just have all these great experiences. And I think that OWU really is the place for me to do those things. So yeah, this is my product, and I hope that you